good morning, and welcome to this section. In this session, I'll be teaching you about the upper citation format. And why is it like that? Let me quickly share my screen and take you to where you will find the upper format in the Uopeople student module. So I'm taking you guys there right now. So I'll go to my browser and then I'll go to my student module website, which is my.uopeople.edu. It's already there, so I just click on it. So it's loading right now. All right, so just taking me to, this is the student mode. This is where your learning takes place. So these are my ID and my password. So I'll just log in right now. Yeah, so I've logged in and I'm in right now. So I want to go to where you can see that today is the first day of term. My workload, my course load have been loaded. This is my dashboard. This is my dashboard. As you log in, you see the first page you see is your dashboard, and you watch out for your course. All the courses that you're doing will be displayed on the dashboard. You can see I am offering business communication, principle of marketing, business communication, principle of marketing, and principle of finance. You can see that that's the 3 courses I'm doing this term. So I'll come back to that, but let me quickly take you through the upper. So in order to know where the upper, how the examples of how to follow the upper correctly. So we'll go to let's check if it's not on link. We'll go to resources. We'll go to resources. Then you go to LRC. When you go to LRC, you scroll down a bit. You see these images here. So what are we looking for? We're looking for upper. This is upper. Another meaning of upper is academic honesty. Another meaning is academic honesty. But this is upper. The full meaning of upper is, I think, is we'll check the full meaning later. So I'll click on it. Okay, so you can see what they say here. In this section, you can learn what plagiarism is, its consequences, and how to avoid it, and best practice for incorporating upper style and citation into your writing. What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is when you go to somebody's, when you copy somebody's work directly as your own. It's called plagiarism, and you'll be failed for that. Or when you go to the internet and just copy, maybe you are given an assignment and then you went to the internet to go and search for it, and then you saw something of that in the internet, and then you just copy it and then paste it in your work. You will be fined for that, and the fine is you will fail that assignment. You'll be given a red flag on that assignment because the school has a unit checker. That unit checker will check your work, and if there's a similar work online like that, it will cancel it. So that means you cannot copy from anybody, you cannot copy from online. So that's why they teach us how to do it. Even if you want to copy from online, there is a way to do it. And mind you, all your work, all your writing in the school must be 70 to 80% originally your own, then maybe 30 to 20% outside. You can get it from outside, but 80% of the work or 70% of the work must be originally from your words. So they take it that serious, honestly speaking. Many have failed because of this. Many have been expelled because of this. And if they warn you 3 times that you are doing plagiarism, that is, you are copying and pasting, if they warn you 3 times, they will expel you from the school. Is that serious, my brothers? Is that serious? So we are going to upper 7th edition tutorial this morning. Look at it, upper 7th edition. So we'll click on it now. All right, so it takes us to upper style. So we start from, would you like to, let me see if I can play this video for you and then you can watch it. It's just a short video overview, all right? So that's the meaning of APA. So let's stop there. Let's stop there. So it's telling you that APA citation is American Psychology Association. That's the meaning of APA, the meaning of APA. Call it APA. I rewind the video again. So American Psychology Association, that's the meaning of APA. And there's three parts to APA. The first part is the formatting of your paper, how your paper will look on Microsoft Word. You get how your paper will look on Microsoft Word if you are writing, for example, if you are doing writing assignment, we'll get back to that place. There's a way you arrange your paper. They'll tell you your paper, it must be the margin, that is the paper layout, the way you're going to do it. So let's continue watching the video and then you see what I'm talking about here. Okay, you can later go and watch the video yourself, but let me explain some of the things that I want to explain here. So we'll talk about the paper formatting later, how you're going to arrange your Microsoft Word that will be in line with APA format. There's a way to do that. So we'll do that when I open Microsoft Word, we'll do that. But quickly, let's just go to APA in-tex citation. In-tex citation, you can see I'm clicking it now. Upper in-tex citation, I'm looking at it at the table of content, so you see it one after the other. So upper in-tex citation. Now upper citation, I'm reading the text. Upper citation follows specific conventions that distinguish them from other styles. In most cases, upper citation in your text will follow the guideline illustrated on follow page. This video will show you what in-text citation should look like and explain the use of them. Good. This is a short video on in-text citation. I don't want to play it. Let me see. Citation. All right. Okay, so you see now that if you are to use in-text citation in your work, that is, in-text citation is inside your typing, you do what we call citation. There's a way to do it inside your typing. Maybe you saw a quote, a direct quote, you picked a direct quote and then you put it inside your assignment, the assignment that you researched. Maybe you put it inside. There's a way to do in-text citation, that is giving credit to the owner of the information inside your work. So that's the first part, when you directly pick a word. Then when you paraphrase maybe you saw a word and then you now paraphrase it in your own language, but you still have to give credit to where you got that information from. Then you can now you use in-tex citation also. You use in-tex citation for that. When you pick a word, you paraphrase it, you use in-text citation. Now, the only time that you will not use in-text citation in your work is when the assignment is about your personal experience. Are you getting now? When the assignment is about your personal experience, then you will not need to, or if the assignment is about you or is about your family, you will not need to use in-text citation, because there you did not get the information from outside. Basically, giving credit to the reason why we give credit to other people's work is because they have gone so far to get the information for us, but some people just go there and copy their work without even crediting them. So that's why there is a need for in-text citation. So I'm going to show you briefly in one of our work that we did, the in-text citation. But I want you to know that there are two parts to in-text citation. We have the parenthesis and then we have the narrative. So let's watch this video a little bit and see what they say concerning it. Okay, so basically this approach is for parenthesis. When you want to cite a work inside, we want to cite a work inside your writing, and you are using parenthesis method. Parenthesis method, you will provide the author's last name. Are you saying now? You provide the author's last name. You provide the year. After the author's last name, you put comma. The year, you put comma. If the information did not carry year, you put n.d, that is no date. N.d, small letter n.d here, there'll be no date in the year. So if the thing didn't carry year, but if the thing carry date information, that is the information where you pick the information, you can see that they put date there. So you put the date, the year, only the year, not only the year, and then comma, then the page or the paragraph number, if there is any. But if there's none, you can just neglect it. Are you getting that? And remember, everything in brackets. This is a parenthesis way of everything in bracket. This parenthesis. Please pay attention to the patterns very well. So let's continue the video. So you can see now that they gave you a document and they are showing you the parentheses. Look at how it is written inside the text. That's why they call it in-text citation. Inside text citation, you can see that the parentheses in-text citation comes after a quote. So so maybe you quote directly. For example, on the hand, homeschool student whose parent instituted some structure scored higher on the independently implemented test, both the traditional student and the unstructured learner. So this is like a direct quote. And who said it? Matching E et al. 2011, page, look at the way they wrote it, page 199. So anybody who sees this now will know that you copied this quote from Martin Chang and other authors. When there is more than 3 authors, you just pick only one author's name, one author's last name, and then you put ETAL. Maybe the book you saw or maybe the information you saw online carries more than one author. Maybe it's up to 2 author or 3 author. No, maybe it's up to more than 3 years. Beginning from 3 authors above, that's when you begin to use this ETAL. ETAL. That's when you begin to use this. So the parenthesis comes after the quote. I see now. So after the quote, you just put you just insert the name of the author and then the year. You can see comma, the year, comma, the page number. Are you seeing it now? And then in bracket, full stop. It's very important you follow those punctuation mark. It's very important. So that is how to do for parenthesis. Parenthesis, in-text citation comes after the quote. I'm going to show you the second one, but let's continue and watch what this man said. You can see now, 3 authors. Okay, so we have come to the second part now, which is called the narrative type of citation. The narrative type of citation, the author's last name and the year, it's as if it comes at the almost at the first 2 characters in the quote. Look at now, you can see that the way they did this is different from the way this one is. You can see in it. Look at now, they said mean change et al. Full stop 2011 hypnotized. This advantage may be explained by several factors, including smaller class, smaller individual instruction, or more academic type or core subjects such as reading and writing. In quotation mark, then you can see the page number is now at after the quote. This quote sign signifies that they quoted this statement directly from the book or the online book where they got the information from. They quoted it directly. That's why it is here. If it is paraphrased in your own words, this quotation sign will not be here. So if you put a quotation, it means you pick it directly like that, word for word. But this is how you do it in narrative style of in-text citation. Remember, the first one we did was parenthesis, which is this one. This is parenthesis style. So this is narrative style. So you can see now that the name of the author almost is come first. And you can see the way they arrange it. They bring it out. They bring the name of the authors outside. Don't be confused about what is the meaning of E et al. E et al means that it is more than 3 authors, or it is up to 3 authors, because you can't be writing all their names. It will just make your book look somehow congested. Do you understand? So that's why they put it. They use this E et al to short it. But if it's just one author, just write the author last name. That's all. That's all you need. So you can see the way they did it, and now put the year in bracket. Please note that the year is in bracket, and then followed by the quote. You can use a word like, according to Martin Chang, E et al. 2011 in bracket, hypnotized, this advantage may be so, and so. Then you now finally put the page number, page 200 in bracket at the end of the post. But if it is not a direct quote, you may not need to put the page number there. If it's not a direct quote, it's something you just paraphrase. I hope you get it now. So let's continue watching the video and then see. So do you understand this now? So in case you got information from another online source whereby it is not the thing doesn't have page, maybe just one front page that it has, then you have to put, if it's a direct quote, you put the paragraph number. Maybe I saw this quote from so person from paragraph so. I remember, if it's like this, you should know that this is what we call narrative, where we say only the paragraph comes after the quote, and then the name of the author comes up before the quote. It's just as if you are saying so person did this and so person said this. For example, Joyce 2013 thoroughly demonstrated that abused homeschoolers have a hard time finding access to helping to help, emphasizing in time past homeschooling families had to look for help through an informal grapevine of survivors. Paragraph 44, you can see what I write, para, that's how to short the short form of paragraph, para dot in bracket. You can see this is what we call the narrative approach. The narrative approach, where the author's name comes before the quote, and then the paragraph or the page number comes after the quote. But if it is parenthesis, the author's name and the year and the paragraph, everything inside a bracket after the quote. Are you seeing it now? After the quote. Very important, the punctuation marks. Okay. Okay. So let's see some example of this in-text citation by ourselves. Let's see upper in-text citation for single authors, that is, if it's just one person. You can see the way they do it. Okay, so you see now that example, this is example here. One scholar argued that it is impossible to measure social class. Who is the scholar? Clavet, 1982. So which method is this? This should tell you that this is parenthesis. This is parenthesis method, because the name of the author comes in bracket and the year after the quote. But look at narrative method. Clavet 1982. Look at the way it is written. Clavet comes outside the bracket while the year remains inside the bracket. Clavet 1982 bracket, open bracket, close bracket, argued that it is impossible to measure social class. You see the way it looks as if Clavet is the one narrating the story. That's why they call it narrative method of in-text citation. But this one now is parenthetic. The person, first of all, have read the code before you now say, oh, so this is the person that said it. That's why they call it parenthetic. So this is an example for one author. Now, maybe the information, the place you want to get the information, there are two authors that wrote that information. Two people or two authors that wrote that. Remember, it is the author's last name you will use in in-text citation. And in-text citation is all about the, citing the ideas, where you got your idea from inside the work. So this is for two authors. So you can check it and be doing it side by side, even as you are walking, to know if you are on the right path. You know where I went. You can rewind the video and you see where I went, how I got to this place that I am right now. So look at for two authors now. For example, a well-known study argued that social class is rapidly becoming obsolete. You can see the way they write it. The first name of the two authors, Carvet and Liu, 1987, open bracket, close bracket, full stop. You know that this is two authors. Are you getting that? Remember, we are still on in-text citation. This is not reference list now. This is in-text citation. So you can see it now. Then this is Carvet and Leo, 1987, argued that social class is rapidly becoming obsolete. So this is a narrative approach and this is a parenthetic approach. Whichever one you want to use, please make sure you know how to use it very well. Remember that narrative comes, the author's name and the year comes before the quote, while parenthesis, the author's name and the year in bracket comes after the quote. So let's see 3 or more authors. Example for 3 or more authors. That's where the ETAL comes to play, because you can't in text citation, you can't be listing all the names of the author. You can list almost all the names of the author in reference when you are doing a reference page, but in text citation, if you are listing all the names of the author that wrote the book, it may be the book or the information you saw online, the online book, it is 4 or 5 people that wrote it, up to 3 to 4 or 5 people that wrote it, and you want to do in text citation for that book that you saw or for the information you got in the book. You cannot list all their names. It will congest your book. It will not make your work look that. So that's why you have to pick the first author last name and then use ETAL for the remaining. So anybody who sees ETAL in front of an author's name, it will tell the person that the people who wrote the book, they are more than 3, or they are up to 3 or more than 3. So you can see now, what approach is this? What approach is this? So this is narrative, because the author's E et al. Here comes before the quote. Calvert E et al. 1987 argued that the concept of social class is rapidly becoming obsolete. This is narrative. Why the concept of social class is rapidly becoming obsolete. Calvert E et al. 1987. Remember the punctuation mark. Look at the punctuation mark very well, the bracket and everything. Don't forget about that. So this is narrative method. So you can see that for group authors. You can see an example for group authors. You can see an example for multiple publication group authors. According to this is like an institution now. If it's an institution, you get it. Maybe it's an institution that did it. All the people in that institution work to get that information. So it is the name of the institution that will appear on the in-text citation for group authors. You can see now, according to National Institute of Mental Health, NIMH 2019. You can see the way they wrote it. Women between age 40 and 59 have the highest rate of depression in the United States. This is a parenthetical method, but this is for group authors. So in the case whereby you do not see an individual name, you see that the name of an institution, the name of an organization, you will know that it's everybody in that organization that work together to provide the information. That's why you have to provide the name of the organization and maybe the abbreviation and the year in bracket. You can see the way they did it here. According to National Institute of Mental Health. I hope you understand this. Please, if you don't understand, try and make sure possible to ask questions, and then I'll get back to you. Now, this is the narrative method. Now look at the parenthetical method. Women between age of 40 and 50 have the highest rate of depression in the United States. You can see they now bracket it in close bracket. National Institute of Mental Health, then the initials, abbreviation, NHIM. Some may not have abbreviation, some may have abbreviation, but if they have abbreviation or initials, this is how you do it. You put them in bracket 2019 full stop. You can see the way they do it. Look at the approach. It's quite different from this approach. This approach, the name National Institute of Mental Health is outside the bracket. It's not inside the bracket with them. And then the year and the initials are inside the bracket. So this is an example for group authors. Now, if you scroll down again, you see that without abbreviations, for group authors without abbreviation, you can see just simply list the group author with usual citation format. According to Standard Oxford University, you can see that this one does not have abbreviation. 2019. First generation college students face obstacles as they complete their degree. So you can see now this is what we call narrative method, because the name of the university or the name of the institution comes first before the quotes. So now look at parenthetical method. First generation college student faces obstacles as they work together to complete their degree. Stanford University 2018. You can see the way they wrote it inside the bracket and then the full stop. So this is for the one without abbreviation. You can see, so it's all there inside the LCR link. So you can begin to check it back yourself, and then you begin to do side by side stuff. Are you getting me, guys? So this is for multiple publication for same author. You just pick multiple publications, same author. Maybe the same book they did it for They did it 2 to 3 times. So it's only the number of the years you are going to put so that they can know that it is multiple publication. So you can see, for example, multiple publication, same author. You can see the way they wrote it. So the thing is, you must look at the information. You must look at the author's information on any online book that you are accessing to get your, because you know when you go online, you see a lot, you see different things. Oh, what I'm searching for, the benefit of orange. A lot of people have written about the benefit of orange. Are you seeing that? So it is now your duty that if you are picking any information from that source, you have to, if you are picking a direct quote from that source, you have to cite the name properly. So you look at how many authors so that you can know how to cite it, or you look at if it's a group author that wrote that information, you know how to cite it. If it's a multiple publication but one author, you will know how to cite it. So on and on like that. So if you click multiple publication, different authors, we are still on in-tex citation, personal communication, then direct quote, how to cite direct quote. If it is direct quote for in-tex citation, remember the quotation, the quotation mark will be there. This is the quotation mark. This is the quotation mark. It must be there in the quote. So you know that they will know that it is a direct quote. And then you must include the page number or the paragraph number where you got the quote, as earlier explained. So this is a perfect example of it right now. According to Smith, 2018, the number of birds in North America has declined by 2.9 billion since 1970. So you can see that is a quote that somebody quote directly, and then the person told us where to get the page, the thing. So if you go and look for Smith books, you will see it. So remember, any citation, any in-tex citation you are doing, it must reflect in your reference. So we are going to go to upper referencing and how to do upper referencing right now. So any in-tex citation you are doing, it must reflect in your reference. So there's how to reference a book. So thank you very much. So this is narrative method. The upper one is narrative method, while this down one is parenthetical method. You can see the way it is quote the example. And this is if what you search for doesn't have a page number, but you can get, oh, I saw this summation in paragraphs. So. Please watch this video very well so that you can understand it. And then if you don't understand, let me know. So we are going to be going into the upper referencing, how to do your reference page. Your reference page always come at the last page of your paperwork. It's always at the down part, either at the down part or the last page. It's called reference. So all your in-tex citation, you have to now bring them in reference. Do you understand? You have to bring them in reference so that we can see in full the place where you went to get the information from. I hope you understand. So I'm going to later come back and play this video, but I like to save this. I like to save this one now. So I'm going to come back and then we'll continue from here in the next video.